In this video, we will see how to use JMeter to publish the messages to ActiveMQ. Okay, let's first open a JMeter by clicking the JMeter.bat file. JMeter.bat file. Once you open the JMeter, so first go to the thread group, add a thread group by right clicking on test plan, add a thread group. After adding a thread group, go to the sampler by right clicking on thread group and go to samplers and add JMS publisher. Okay, if you want to add a publisher here, so if you have already JNDA property file, then that you can check this checkbox. But that which should be copied in the bin folder of a JMeter. If you don't have a JNDA property file, then uncheck this and enter the configuration factor and provider URL. Okay, so what is the initial connection factory? So to support the Apache MQ and send messages to ActiveMQ or any broker, any message broker. So first we need to download a dependency jar file. So first we need to download a dependency jar file. So we have downloaded this dependency jar file Apache ActiveMQ. So in the Apache ActiveMQ we have installed Apache ActiveMQ in local. So we are sending the Apache Active messages. Here we have an ActiveMQ jar. We have ActiveMQ jars. So we take the dependency jar file. We'll take the dependency jar file and we have copied into a bin folder of our JMeter. ActiveMQ-jar 5.16. So I added the jar file. So from here you need to take the initial connection factory detail. So for 5.16, this is the connection factory. This is the connection detail, connection class which we have. So the package will change based on your version of jar you're using. If you don't know where you have that class file, just go through the document API or documentation of that respective version what you are using. So whether it's ActiveMQ or any other message brokers like any other like Kafka or any other message queues or any other different vendor. So Kafka will use a topic sending the different kind of Kafka is a different kind of thing. So here we are using it with JMS services, okay, Java message services. Okay, for this we are using ActiveMQ. So for any external plugin, like if you have any new plugin you are trying to access, so then we need to add respective dependency files in your lib folder. Respective dependency files in your lib folder. Dependency files in the sense that whether it may be a jar file, whether it's a config file, whether it's depends on the plugin what you are using. So for JMS, we are using ActiveMQ and we need server as an ActiveMQ message broker. So we are using ActiveMQ dependency jar. So I copied the 5.16 jar, 5.16 jar, 5.16 jar into a lib folder, and I have gone to the jar file by right click on the jar. Open with a zip extractor. I'm opening as an archive. So when we open it, I have seen that JNDA where my class is open. So just go to the jar file. So we have org. It started with org. I started with org, and I have seen the Apache. Next it's on JNDA. Apache ActiveMQ. Under ActiveMQ, sometime you will have your class here, ActiveMQ. So see, we don't have it in JNDA. It is under JNDA folder. It's not in JNDA folder, so we are not open JNDA yet. So we need to open JNDA folder. So see, based on which folder you're trying for the connection factory, just Google it and you can get the connection factories based on your versions. And this is the default port. So I've installed my broker on my default port. So this is the default port. If the broker is the message to server what you're sending your messages, publishing your messages, is running on different port, then you need to change your port number and your local host to the host details, what your server IP or the fully qualified host name, domain network, like what to which queue you are sending that, and this authorization. So while I'm installing my broker, I mentioned disable the anonymous user. So I need to log in every time when I send an message. So I'm giving them a credentials here. If your server still requires the user credentials, provide the user credentials while accessing creating a broker. You would have to create a user, so we can use the users. And there's a connection factory. So this is a fixed value connection factory. And if you mention a dynamic queues in your destination, if you don't see the queue name in the Apache ActiveMQ, then it will create a new queue in ActiveMQ, and it will insert the message in the publisher message. So the setup at startup, so it will look for only the same message queue. If you want to change it on every occurrence and every publisher you want to submit into a different publisher, you can send a different name here on every publishing message, and you can create an easy sample. For each sample, it will check for whether you have an queue. If you already have a queue, then it will send to the already existing queue. If the queue name what you mentioned in the destination part, if it doesn't exist in ActiveMQ, then it will create an ActiveMQ. Okay, so this is the priority of your message. So the priority 9 makes the highest and 0 makes the least. And I'm making the expiry duration for this message just to showcase you guys. Just I'm making it in 16 minutes thing. I'm sending a message welcome world. So let's run it. So I'm not adding anything in this here. I'm deleting that. So let's add it. We'll open the Apache management console to see whether we have any queue or not. So let's go to the addresses. So we don't have a queue here. We don't have a queue details here. Open your queue. So we don't have any queue data. The queue. This is my first queue we have. So here I'm mentioning it as a test Q1. Okay. So I'm running it now. So run it. This I already run it. Yeah, if it's refreshed and expand it. Before it was we have only 3. Now we got test queue as a new address, and that is created as a new queue. So if you come to the queues, it will show you a queue name here, and we have message count 1. So we have message count 1. I will run it again. I will run it for 2 times. I'll run it 2 users now. So 2 times executed. Last it was 1, and now it should be 3. So just to update the value, refresh it, and your queue as 3. Like if you click on message count, it will open a message what you have received, and if you want to see the message what you received, okay, you can delete it and you can mute it. So I'm not doing anything now. So we have 3 messages now. Okay. Yeah, this is how we need to send messages to queue module broker using JMS services in JMeter. Okay, thanks for listening, friends.